Why hello there, this is B.O.X Productions, and welcome to another episode of Path of Exile. In our last episode, we stole some guy's statue while he was taking a bath. And then we went behind the scenes of a future house and or ancient temple flipping show. It's kinda amazing what TV magic and a little bit of elbow grease can accomplish. So hey, if you didn't know already, I started streaming on Twitch recently. I'm starting off just doing Path of Exile videos and stuff, but I'm sure after a while I'll move on to something else. You know, whatever fits the mood and all that. And if you want to check it out sometime, it's at twitch.tv/B.O.X Productions TV. And you can hang out with me for a little bit and maybe get an understanding why I'm always doing post commentary instead of live. One neat little touch about this area is after a little while, the sun and the moon areas start to merge into one, and the monsters in their respective areas start fighting each other. I don't know, it's kinda neat to me. Yeah, this part. Well, here goes nothing. And what initially starts out as a three-way deathmatch quickly turns into a handicap match for, reasons. And like you expect from any other heel, whoever's staying on the sidelines just can't help themselves to interfere with the match. You know, that kind of crap would get you DQ'd if the special guest referee would have seen it, or if he was around at all. Anyway, it kinda goes on for a little while. They'll tag in and out occasionally, looking to take a swing at you. It's all just a matter of watching where their attacks come from and getting in hits while you can. I'll stop the commentating here for now, so enjoy the boss fight.
Lunaris! Eclipse cold pride, flaming rage, and pass beyond this human age.
Sun and moon return to their rightful places, leaving our path now clear. Highgate lies ahead, Beastslayer, and a debt that is long overdue. On this road there are the goddesses of Marraketh to be reckoned with, and they will not take kindly to our endeavor. Regardless, I must enter the corpse of my beloved beast, and wrest our sliver of hope from the life you so blindly took. There is no prophecy nor portent, no epic nor allegory, that can promise your survival in this great journey of ours. For despite your trappings, you remain most certainly, irrevocably, mortal.
So, do I get my TV title belt or not?
You have offered us the greatest of gifts, freedom. With these divine tyrants gone, we are free to live our lives as we wish, not as is ordained. In time, all of San will thank you. For now, let it simply be me. Be well.
I'd thank the gods, but you seem to be taking them out at an alarming rate. Not that I'm complaining. In my experience, theocracy's never been great for entrepreneurs like me. Unless you're in the Holy Relics business. That's too single-minded, too orderly. Give me chaos any old day, for it is in chaos that opportunity is bred. San can get back to his usual state of mayhem, and I can get back down to business. Everyone's a winner.
Oh, wow. I guess we found where they pull all that blood from Lunaris. Not gonna lie, looks like a lot of work just to be that lazy. Kinda defeats the purpose. But, gotta go somewhere, I guess. Almost got bamboozled by my own greed and or stupidity. I don't want any part of being blood-executed, so you keep doing your own thing, man. I'm gonna leave you alone. So we're leaving this one place that's filled with blood to go to this other place that's filled with blood. What is this, space funeral?
The dark ember remains nestled deep within the putrid flesh of my dead beast. With many of Highgate's tunnels now collapsed, we must forge another way inside. I have divined one weak point in the beast's flank. An ancient wound wrought by that Baalish overreacher, Doriani. The wound was healed shut by a thick membrane, but the right decoction should dissolve the tissue and allow us inside. Of course, for a cordial of such potency, I shall require 2 ingredients of utmost rarity: First, our viscous concoction shall require basilisk acid, a princely poison which drips from the caustic heart of the basilisk, and trithin powder, an explosive substance oft used in the mining of virtue gems. With these two bitter harvests, I shall brew something worthy of eroding the membrane of my decaying pet. Farewell.
You can gripe all you want, lover. We can't stay here. Not with all this blood.
Where do you expect us to go, Vanya? We have our whole lives here in Highgate.
I don't know. West, perhaps? The Ezomite lands. I don't care. Just somewhere that has unpoisoned water.
Oh, Beast Slayer.
Good to see you again.
Even if you have happened upon us in a rather unruly time.
Shush now, sweetie. There's no need to bother them with our woes.
Oh, they don't know. I can see on your face you haven't heard.
It's Kira. She's gone mad.
Absolutely bonkers.
She's abducted Oyun.
Stolen off with her into the desert. And to make matters worse...
The whole of Highgate is in a state of disarray. There's beast blood in the water.
Usurpers are eyeing up the throne.
And the old gods have risen. If you want my advice, get out of Highgate.
Or save us.
While you still can.
You must have encountered men and women like us before.
Relic hunters.
Collectors of rare antiquities. Anyway, Vanya and I are the best in the business.
And we need your help locating a particularly rare item.
Sweet, I was working them into it.
It's an ancient sword belonging to the Maraketh goddess Garukan.
The Stormblade, some call it. A weapon carved from crystal, capable of capturing even the most powerful of storms within its rigid edge.
The goddess lost it somewhere in the eastern desert during her ancient battle against the necromancer Suresh and his undead horde.
According to our research.
Find the blade for us and we will make it worth your while.
We do this ourselves, but what with the political unrest in Highgate as of late?
We fear leaving, lest we find the gateways barred and ourselves without a home. Bye.
You must be the outsider, the beast killer. I am Irasha, and while our soft-hearted chieftainess has gone wandering, it falls to me to make sure this Akara doesn't suffer for it. I've heard the stories they tell of you, and I know better than to pluck the feathers from a sleeping rock. Yet, for the sake of my people, I ask that you keep your peace while among us. Our customs have too often been threatened. Your ways are not our ways. Let's keep it like that. Oyun is gone for but a few days, and already Tasuni sniffs at the throne like it's a bitch in heat. Ruled by a man. You need only walk amongst the ruins of San to understand that folly. Well, his desires are but wanton lusts while Oyun still lives. One of my scouts saw Kira and her Dekara near the foothills. They had Oyun bound to the back of a rower like a hunter's prize, and the Sekema feather, our symbol of leadership, worn by her captor. Whether Kira works alone or in pack with her brother Tasuni, I know not. Yet I fear she means to sacrifice our Sekema to the vulture of the wastes. Garukan, please, this Akara has helped you in the past. Return our kindness. Free Oyun and return her safely to us. And if this quest is lost, remove the traitorous bitch Kira from this world and retrieve our feather. As long as we have that, the throne of Maraketh will remain safe.
The nightmares are but whispers now, yet like prophets, cowering within crevice and crack. They speak of old God's return, and the reprisal of an exile to a beleaguered land. My sister Kira has grown obsessed with the vulture of the wastes, our goddess Garukan. Kira has taken Oyun and plans to sacrifice her, imagining she can reforge herself as a red Sekema, a warlord destined to unite the Maraketh under her bloody banner. My sister's betrayal is too great for forgiveness. Like a rabid dog wandering the mountain pass, she must be put down. I ask this of you, for you are familiar with such barbarism and will not feel the pangs of mercy that I would. On her person, I suspect you will find Oyun's royal mandate, the Sakema feather. If Kara truly wishes to take the throne, she would need such an item to be considered more than a simple usurper. Bring it to me for safekeeping. And please, return our Sakema Oyun to us if you can. If she still lives, that is. But don't risk your life for hers. For I know her mind. She would not want that. Hunt well.
Yes?
So a quick break here. This is around the time where I got my new computer. The game runs better and it looks better and all that. Hopefully there won't be as much lag in the recordings and stuff from here on out. Oh hey, how's it going? You look like you're doing alright. This place is much better. Whoa, wait a minute. There are dinosaurs in this desert? What is this, like Jurassic Park or something? I mean, without the park, because it's a desert? Oh, nice. Well, that's... Hey! Stash sale message thingy! You're breaking the immersion here. That's my job. Them asteroids ain't got nothing on me. Now we're going up against mummies. Now let's just kill off all the 90's movie franchises. With the way things are going, I'm assuming our next encounter will be up against a ghetto leprechaun in space. Well, somebody asked us if we like scary movies or something. There sure are a lot of mummies here out to get us. I mean, I guess I understand after we killed all their pet dinosaurs and everything. Yeah, it kinda sounds ridiculous, but, you know, break last. yes, the Stormblade. Either all of these mummies were meteorologists at one point, or just LARPers.
You did it! They found it, Bataras! They found it!
By the gods! Garukhan's famed Stormblade.
Do you know what this means, my sweets? Once we find the right collector...
Well, we can go anywhere, have anything. We will be like royalty.
But the storm inside is a problem. It's too volatile in its current state.
You're right. You can't trade away a weapon of such apocalyptic nature.
This will require some pondering, my love. In the meantime, thank you, Exile. Take your pick of our stock. A truly unique cosmology of strange creatures, pagan gods, and powerful treasures.
One such story talks of a magical stone.
A Marrakech calendar, sent to detail important events in the future of our world.
General Adis, a war hero of the Empire, reported in his diaries of discovering a dial meeting that description, at a dig site somewhere in the foothills.
It appears the war hero had a secret penchant for archaeologists.
But the cataclysm wiped the land clean and buried the dig site in rocks and sand. No one has been able to locate it since, nor the stone dial.
Seems that with everything that's been going on of late, knowing what's due to happen in the future could be a fairly profitable ability.
We know you wouldn't have use for such a gift.
It would remove all the enjoyment out of adventure for someone like you.
Yet, in times such as these, our small folk could do well with a heads up if something particularly nasty were to occur. Besides, a relic like that should sit in a museum.
Or our collection.
Not be lost beneath the rubble where it benefits no one.
If you were to track the calendar down for us, we would pay you handsomely, Exile.
Yes, we are traders of antiquities.
See ya.
In the Marrakech Desert, an oasis lies to the east. Its waters shielded from prying eyes by a preternatural storm. The sand will rip the very flesh from your bones, should you be so foolish as to enter into its dark shroud. Yet enter you must. The goddess Shakari hides within that golden blizzard, festering with revenge as she resurrects and rebuilds her ancient army. An army that once threatened to shake the very balance of these lands. Should she be allowed to revitalize her troops, the whole of Marrakech will finally fall under the cruelty of her selfish reign. The storm is impenetrable for now, even to the likes of me, but there must be a way in. These Highgate locals, they have an affinity for the desert and harsh weather. One of them may know of a way to disperse the storm. Remember, humanity needs us.
Well, it took some time, but thanks to our Marrakech neighbors
and their ancient traditions,
we managed a strain of thaumaturgy to remove the storm from Garukhan's blade.
We even bottled it for safekeeping.
We'd rather not trust anyone with this sort of power, but perhaps you can use it to clear away that sandstorm in the desert?
Find out what sort of nasties are hiding out there in the desert and put a stop to them.
Until next time.
When I received my first flower of blood, I was given to the ritual of womanhood. All young Marrakech women have to dance with the scorpion to prove themselves worthy of carrying the Dakara's spear. It is no easy task to catch a black Marrakech scorpion. Their tails are swift, their stingers sharp, their poison lethal. I made my way through the trial unscathed, but my sister, we shared a womb, came into this world together. She left it, thrashing and foaming at the mouth. Since that day, I have slept with one eye open for fear of the scorpion's sting. And now Shakari, the mother of all black bugs, rises from the sands. Find that scuttling bitch and kill her for me and for every child, every little girl who has suffered and died by the barb of a countless poisoned tails.
And that'll do it for this episode of Path of Exile, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Really helps me out. And if you're not sick of me by now, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more stuff and junk, as well as junk and stuff. This has been B.O.X Productions, and I'll see you next time.
Anything you need, just ask. Please, Vanya, don't say it.
Say what? I told you so? Well, I never trusted Kira. Her need to control everything, no matter the cost, was never a trait I held much faith in.
Yes, but ambition is not the problem. I have ambition. Do you not?
Of course, I trust you, sweetie, but you're not about to go killing everything that moves in exchange for a bit of power now, are you?
Well, I'd trade dreams of power for dreams of you, my sweets, any day.
Oh, Pataris.
Irasha? Well, she's the best we've got. Strong, purposeful, an honorable warrior.
I think the description you're failing to provide, love, is stick in the mud.
Stick in the mud?
Yes, as stubborn and serious as they come.
You just don't like her because she treats you differently.
Irasha is a stuck-up elitist. She refuses to see me as a woman.
Oh, sweets. You're more woman to me than all of them put together. I'll let Vanya take this one.
Thank you, love. I trained in Ori.
As a witch. Imagine that.
I thought I was telling this story, Pataris.
Yes, sorry, sweets.
I learned all about the old gods. They were supposed to be our idols, beings of divinity that guided us through our mortal lives.
But they aren't like that at all, are they, love?
Hardly. The gods know better than we are, and nobody that is as bad as us should ever wield that much power.
As bad as us? Speak for yourself. I'm positively delightful.
Yes, yes, you're so sweet they dipped you in a barrel of sugar as a babe. We know.
No matter where you come from or who you might be, we were all birthed by a mother. Our mothers protected us and gave us nourishment. It is our duty in life to honor that great task. Without a mother, none would tread this dirt today. The most important commandment in our people's tradition is this: honor the mother, honor the life. Arrogant men always seek to control that which they should not, as if that dangling piece of meat between their legs is somehow meant to lead them to power and glory. Men don't have the mind for leadership. Without guidance, they destroy all they touch. Leave the trials of power to women. We, who know how to nurture, how to grow, how to protect. Two of the very few outsiders I've met with like assault. I'm not saying I think they should have as much sway in the Akara as they do, but the fact is, the people like them. Oyun liked them. And despite their clumsy attempts to adopt some of our traditions, I like them as well. My head is still reeling from what Kira has done to Oyun. That bitch looked at me day in and day out and proclaimed herself loyal unto death. She has shown her true face in the end. Once I thought the old gods were worthy of honor, and I can still see how one might think they are boons to be gained courting their favor. But if such favor comes at the price of Marraketh lives, then I spit on the old gods, and Kira as well. May they all rot in the endless desert. I would offer prayers up to the goddess of the breeze as a child, and listen to her voice sing and whisper as she danced through my family's wind chimes. She was my favorite. But in light of recent time, I can only believe that some immortal madness has laid waste to her mind. Through treacherous deeds and blind love, the Gemling Queen has taught us much. Her body remains here, surrounded by flowers, a reminder to all of us that we ought to tread lightly when chasing desire. Who can say, after all, where the line is drawn between bold ambition and foolish pride? My Dakara and I have vowed to protect our people, and so we keep our eyes sharp and our blades even sharper. As such, I have plenty of weapons on hand. If you perhaps needed to replenish your arsenal, I'm sure we can come to some agreement. Though you showed a mighty bravery when you slew that horrendous beast, by the thoughtlessness of your actions you have caused great trouble to fall upon our home. The water runs red with toxic corrupted blood. Now our people must travel far to fill their flasks and feed their livestock. It's as if we're in the midst of a great drought, while the water mocks us from within our own village.
Purger of corruption! Yes, I know of that dark god perched atop your shoulder. His image comes forth in my mind's eye, and I hear the sound of his breath crackle against the coldness of our mountain air. He has a different energy to the other gods revealed in my dreams. Less hostile, more empathetic to the plight which humanity suffers. Should his brethren be left to roam free? It seems, Lord Sin, as if you are on our side. In the twisting, shifting black smoke of my dreaming, I saw the beast, lying slain at your feet. I saw the rise of the old gods, the rigid, dusty remains, springing in sudden haste to life. I saw the growing of their power. As the corruption began to fade, I felt utter anguish, the madness of the beast's last rapid breath. Yet my sight, my power still remains. It would appear that I was permanently marked by its corruption, even as I was birthed from my mother's womb. While now, my mother is no longer around to protect me, and the beast lies rotting in the bowels of that wretched mountain. Why ask me about her? That woman doesn't like me very much, and I can't say I'm particularly fond of her either. She seems to have gotten into her head somehow that I am the epitome of all evil, a selfish, blind villain. Nothing can be further from the truth, other than the blind part, of course. I suppose Irasha has good intentions. She truly wishes to see our tribe flourish. However, she is too caught up in ancient traditions to see that for us to truly flourish, we must transcend tradition. We must become progressors of the future, not attendants to dry, dusty history.